We're in Hollywood. We're in Los Angeles.
People are out here protesting George Floyd's death.
This is day 11. This is nationwide.
This isn't slowing down. I think people are finally fed up. Just walking around, it feels like it's a revolution.
Concerns about two crises in America unfolding at the same time.
Tonight, Americans marching shoulder to shoulder for justice in spite of the ongoing threat from COVID-19.
We had continued to stay at home, locked down in quarantine, watching the protests from our phones.
With this movement in our American history unfolding each day, we had to see the outcry, to get an honest look at how people are feeling.
We set out to the streets
to feel the collective voice for ourselves.
Justice is being served, at least they're arrested and charged in Minnesota. Universities are basically defunding or decoupling from police departments. Cities are reassessing their budgets. Clear message that protesting works. We've already seen results. Yeah, this is history.
Essentially everyone donning a mask, though that may not be enough to protect them from the virus.
Does the crowd worry you at all? Obviously, you're being proactive.
You can't afford to wait. You can't.
Until you address the systemic racism in this country, this virus is the least of our problems.
I feel like this is the peacefulest one we're having right now. Everyone coming together and protesting, showing our love.
We need change. We need change.
We got blacks, we got whites, we got Latinos, we got all races represented for a great cause. That's why I'm here to represent this movement.
So what's different about this protest this time versus any other time in our history?
The build up, a human get killed on public TV, and I think it's just the overflow.
When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now! Black Lives Matter!
This is what the march looked like at its peak earlier this afternoon. You can see a sea of people all united under one cause. They are protesting for racial equality.
Every generation has something to go through, and this is what we're all going through. 18 countries, all 50 states. God willing, when I have children, when I have grandchildren, they say, hey, what did you do? I didn't sit around. There are moments where you get that feeling that nobody cares, and then if you look around, clearly a lot of people care, so I'm touched.
The death of George Floyd and the reactions seen on TV and online, it can be violent and it can be tough for those with kids at home.
We're honest and we're open with them, but we always have to continue to fight.
Everything's boiling over. We got people inside from coronavirus. You got George Floyd happening. You've got those other guys that have been murdered by police, and people are tired, and a lot of people are out of a job, so they got time. When you get time, you get frustration. It's all boiling over, so you see a lot of people taking to the streets.
To be honest with you, it's because there's not a lot of things to do. People are finally paying attention, but it's better now than later, you know what I mean? As long as the vibe's cool, I'm chilling. When the police come, I'm out of here. But
there's a lot less cops here. When we were out last Saturday, I felt as though I could have been in Afghanistan. Yeah, it's their presence, what they're wearing, how they're acting. It was just very uncomfortable. And it wasn't the protesters, it was just the militarization of the police.
And there's several officers just sitting here getting to know each other as individuals, and they share the same sentiments as us. At the end of the day, they're here to protect themselves and us, but at the same time, we have to control ourselves.
At the beginning, understandably, there was more tension, and a lot of that was perpetuated by the police. But thankfully, it's died off and become more peaceful. At times, it's like, who am I to say, you can't be violent when you're grieving or surviving? Like, that's the truth.
They're also recommending protesters use drums or noisemakers to try to limit their chanting or their yelling.
Many are now demanding departments be defunded, dismantled, or outright abolished.
Defund the police! Defund the police! Defund the police! Defund the police!
Defunding is a nice catchphrase, But in reality, you're defunding police organizations that, for the most part, are already significantly underfunded.
I am absolutely for a massive shift, a structural shift in how the police department functions. I'll say it again.
There are some bad cops that make some of y'all that do right look bad. It's not all of y'all.
It ain't never been about the flag. It's been about black people the whole time. 420 years. We on Sunset and Vine, y'all.
We gonna keep that pressure on them. We gonna keep that same pressure on them, just like that racist cop kept the pressure on George's neck.
Oh yeah! Single one of y'all.
That mean you. That mean you. That mean you. That means everybody.
Every single one of y'all.
We head up. It's not a one-day thing. Same pressure on them, like that racist.
George Floyd! George Floyd! George Floyd!
I feel like everything that's happening was supposed to happen. Everything's inevitable. This is how people are actually feeling.
This is our future we stand up for. We making history right now. Our ancestors lived through us.
Everybody feel like that. That's all I gotta say.
This is America.